Afternoon, everybody. So welcome to the 7 Pocket Talk series. And this week we have a very unique platform to allow sellers to have millions of eyeballs for your products, your brands in this platform. And majority of us are using mobile to make our purchases. And you have to have an AI to understand who are your consumers that you're targeting. And majority of you may have already dwelled into ads, dwell into social media ads. So I invited Nick. Nick showcased to me. Previously, Nick was I knew Nick from Razer. Therefore, I want to invite Nick. You can start opening up your video, introduce yourself. Then after that, you will go for your presentation slide. Okay, the platform is yours right now, Nick. Welcome and thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Nikhil. Thanks for having me over here. And I am from Pulse ID. Pulse ID, just to give a bit of introduction, we guys started from Hong Kong back in 2016. And now we have our clients have been from the fintech side, gaming side, telco side. And fast forward today, in 2021, we have launched a marketplace in partnership with Visa. So what does this marketplace means? Basically, the merchants can list their offers on our marketplace, and there are distributors like banks, e-wallets, telcos, super apps who basically pick up the merchant offers and distribute it via their platforms. So let me give you a demo that how does it look like for the better understanding, right? So you guys can see my screen. So the platform, the screen that you're seeing over here, it's not Pulse ID app. We are not an app. So let's put it like an example, like Visa. Visa does not have an app, right? What do Visa do? Visa basically moves money from point A to point B. What we do is, using our technology, we move merchant offers and promote it or publish it inside multiple platforms or multiple apps. These can be banking app, telcos and all. So the platform that you are seeing is a demo of how it reflects. So this is a banking app, let's say in Australia, right? And what happened is they would have, let's say, millions of their own customers. And banks, the experience, overall user experience is that the merchant offers are shown inside the banking or e-wallet app. This is the user experience where they see a carousel, right, of the offers which are completely personalized based on their spending behavior. So once the user click on the offer, this entire Insta story experience is powered by us. So the customer basically see these offers, and the moment they click on get offer, at this point the offer has got linked to the customer's Visa card. So all the user need to do is, once the offers are claimed, they just need to go to the particular merchant online or offline at their store, shop, and make their payment using that particular Visa card, literally just by tapping, right? Or by paying as how you pay via your card. And once you do that, you get gratified or rewarded in the form of cashback back to your bank account, which you used, right? So this is how the entire experience flow comes in. Now, the offer experience over here, like this part, where it's like, how does it work? So these offers are completely personalized. Let me talk about that, like how it can be. Example, let's say Nikhil, myself, I did my car insurance last year in August. Now, bank or Visa would know that, okay, this guy is again likely to make a car insurance payment again this year in August, right? And they will start showing me related offers because the frequency is there, right? Or for example, I am located in a certain part of the city and I usually go out to the nearby restaurant, transact every time. So I am more likely to see those related offers during that point of the hour, like or that point of the day, something. So it's more about pushing the right offers to the right content to the right customers. Right? Yeah. So this is how we work with. We have with the partnership with Visa. Now these offers are promotion is not limited to Malaysia only. So Visa would have within the Asia Pacific, Visa works with n number of banks and e-wallets and fintech platforms, right? So what happened is Visa, once the merchant offers are connected, Visa take these offers, Visa partner up with their distributing platforms, and that's how the offers can be showcased on those platforms as well. So another example, I come from Australia, I come to Malaysia. I do not have a local Malaysian banking app or Malaysian telco app or e-wallet app, right? So what happened is I drink coffee every morning and my bank knows that, okay, this guy transacts at coffee merchant every morning, right? Or this guy transacts at certain online merchant frequently. So next time when I'm in Malaysia during the morning time, and let's say I've just done my immigration, and think about that, I get a notification from my banking app, right? That head on to the nearby coffee merchant, use your Visa card and get $1 cashback. So what I'm going to do is I'll be like, hey, okay, this is something great. I'll just go to the merchant. I'll just use my card to make the payment and I get rewarded. That's the beauty of the entire product is. So in one shot, you get connected to millions of customers, and these customers are of the other super app platforms. So let me show you guys that how does the Visa manage to do it. Yep. Now, one cool part, very, very cool part over here is, in your case or in merchant's case, we do not need to integrate with you, not at all. Okay. Like usually when you list with, let's say, any e-wallet or any Lazadas or Shopees or maybe other platform like Food Pandas and all that, sometimes business owners may need to do some sort of integration. We don't need to do it. Why? Because we are already integrated with Visa. And you already, some of you who own a shop or who own an e-commerce website, you would already accept Visa. So to list you or to onboard you, all we need to do is we need to just enter your normal store address details or the business details, and your profile can be created. It can take actually 5 minutes to create your profile and to get you listed. Now, once you are listed, let's go through how the offers or what all capabilities are there, because I spoke about personalization, that it can be personalized and all, but how does it happen? Let me show you. So let's say on this portal, which is on the Visa. So Pulse ID has built all of this and Visa has white labeled this solution, right? And that's how we are a partner to them. So what happened is on the portal, a merchant want to create an offer, right? So just a second, let me just refresh the screen because it's been quite a while. Now, today, this is what is happening. As a brand or as a merchant or as a business owner, you guys are talking to multiple banks. Maybe if you are big, let's say big guys can be, let's say KFCs.
Nick, hold on, Nick. Can you project this, please?
Sorry. Yep. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. So this is what is happening and you guys can relate to it. Today, as a business owner or as a merchant or any, whether it's small or big, you guys maybe are just speaking with Lazadas or Shopee. And sometimes big boys like McDonald's, KFC, Watson, Starbucks or something, they may be talking to the banks as well. But how does the interaction looks like? Today, for any campaign that you need to do, even on Lazadas or Shopee or something, you will have to do individual conversation. You will have one conversation with bank A, you will have one conversation with bank B, you will have all bank C, bank D, right? And then maybe what do? They just get you listed somewhere in the newsletter and that's it, nothing else, right? But the benefit of this marketplace is once you are listed on the Visa Pulse ID marketplace, your offer can be distributed across multiple channels, right? In one shot. And these channels are not limited to Malaysia channels only. It can be even international platforms. So like we are deploying this thing or we are launching this marketplace with 4 banks in China, 4 in Australia, 1 in Japan, 3 in Singapore, and 3 to 4 platforms in Malaysia. So what happened is, let's say an Australian person comes to Malaysia and he does not have a local e-wallet or telco or banking app, but he has his own Australian app, right? And suddenly when he's in Malaysia and based on his spending behavior, he will start seeing offers which are personalized to him. So let's say he has booked up a hotel at the Sunway Resort, right? So bank knows that, okay, this guy is actually staying over there, and maybe he gets a push notification from the merchants of the nearby merchants. Yep. So that's how it looks like. Now this platform, I'll show you a few of the capabilities that what it can do. Number 1, you can target or run the campaigns based on your customers' lifestyle. Like let's say a particular business says, hey, I want to target a new customer only. So what is new? Someone who has not spent at your place in last 12 months, right? So in case you guys accept Visa, bank or Visa knows when was the last time this card was used at this terminal, right? So in the last 12 months, a particular card has not been used, maybe only to that card holder or to that person, the offer will be shown. Or you can do it with lapsed. So let's say it's been 3 to 4 months in lockdown. So maybe some customer visited your store 6 months back, right? And they have not transacted since then. So you can actually just showcase your offer to the lapsed customers. Or loyal, someone, let's say, who keep on coming at your place for haircut or food, and you want to keep showing an offer to only those people because they are quite loyal to you. You don't want them to be going to your competitor, right? So you can actually segment your offers that, okay, hey, I want to showcase the offers only to those people who are loyal to me. Now, these new labs or loyal is not who are new to Visa. It's basically new labs or loyal who are to your platform. Okay. Then you can decide what kind of promotion you want to do. You want to do a dollar off or a percentage off. So let's say you want to do, hey, I want to give $10 off on the minimum spend of $100, or let's say 10 ringgit off minimum spend of 100 ringgit. Or maybe I want to give 10% off on the minimum spend of 100 ringgit, max cap of 20 ringgit. You can do all of that, right? You can select more like max cap, minimum spend, like imagine what everything that e-wallets are able to do today via the technology. This technology allows you to run your own campaigns on third-party apps and having the same kind of structures. You can put your start date, end date, you can set the number of redemptions, you can set the budget as well, and you can even select if you want to promote only one out of many of your outlets or only particular channel. So how does it look like? Example, okay, let me show you just a second. Okay, so example, on the marketplace, you can actually say that, okay, I want to do a cashback offer only. Then you can select the rule as well that, okay, what is the offer you want to do? So you say, hey, minimum spend of, let's say $20, 20 ringgit, 10% discount, and maybe maximum cashback value of 5 ringgit, right? Because you don't want to give 20% or 10 or 10% off blindly. You want to have a limit. You can select whether you want to target new users of yours or lapsed or loyal. Even if you want to target everyone, you can, right? You can also select that, do you want to reward customers on every transaction? So let's say sometime you say, no, I don't want to give discount on every transaction. I want to give, let's say, whenever Carol comes and make her second transaction, I want to reward then only. So you can actually set the rule that, okay, this customer need to make 2 transactions to get cashback, or this customer need to make, let's say 3, 4, it can go all the way till 10. Let's say 10 transactions to get rewarded. You can set some frequency as well, how many times you want the user to get rewarded, how frequently, all of that. Yep. You can also select the days when you want to do it, or you can also select the particular days when you want to run. So let's say you say, hey, I want this promotion redeemable only on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So if the customer comes on that day or during those hours and transact, then only you are rewarding them. If they are coming during your peak hours or your normal business times, you do not need to reward them, right? System automatically controls it. Then you can add images, literally like today banks or others, they do not allow you to do your images. But in this case, not only images, it can be video as well. So like how you do it on Instagram or Facebook, like live stories and all, you can do your video images or video content, right? Then you can also set how many users you want to reward, what is the budget. So you say that, hey, I want to reward up to 5,000 people. And maybe my budget is 5,000 ringgit. So whichever limit gets hit first, the offer stops showing up automatically, right? So it's a controlled stuff. It's not like that, okay, you have just given 10% off and you have and the sales went like viral and you just bleeding money. Maybe you wanted to play around with a budget, right? And this is how distributors see. Once your offers are published on the marketplace, so distributors might say bank. So a particular bank or e-wallet, they would have the same like portal, which can be accessed only by them, and they will see the merchant offers. So they can select the merchants or they can select the category. So let's say Maybank says that, hey, Merdeka Day is coming, so I want to pick up maybe few promotions or maybe all. Or maybe Mother's Day is coming, I want to pick up anything which is related to health and wellness, beauty, or maybe woman product. And they can just come, select the merchants and category, and they can publish it, and the offers get published. Right? So what it means, once you are listed on this, you are getting exposed to 970 million Visa customers. It's not that everyone would be seeing it, but your offers will be shown to those people who are more likely to make purchase at your store, online or offline. Okay. I'll just quickly show you a few more stuff just to for the case, like how does it happen? So how it happens is today as a business, in the beginning, Pulse side or Visa side, we basically set up your cashback programs. But moving forward or down the line later on in future, you can set up your campaigns by yourself, right? And our technology will actually distribute it across multiple other platforms, right? And you can, from the single platform or from our like a web portal or something, you can actually have an access. So the beauty of this technology is consumer do not have to download another app, but merchant at the same time would have complete visibility on how their campaigns are doing across all the platforms. And these platforms, whoever becomes our distributor, they would be on it. Yep. How is it? So entire technology is built by us, which Visa has white labeled, and that's how Visa's reach is to around 16,000 banks in the region, and which has 970 million customers. Yep. This I've already gone through. How do we distribute offers? We basically do it based on the user purchase data. We track where they buy, when they buy, how much they spend. So another example, think about you are a coffee person, right? And bank knows that this guy always spends at a coffee merchant in the morning. And next time when you go to Hong Kong, you may not have a local app, right? But when you land in Hong Kong and you can see your bank sends a notification saying that morning time, hey, head on to the nearby coffee merchant, use your Visa card and get $5 cashback or $1 cashback. I see some questions coming in, so I'll maybe just take a pause after a couple of slides and then we can go through it. Yep. Okay, this is actually overall. This I've already gone through. How does it happen? Yep. Any questions? Feel free to jump in later on after the first initial content is over. This is the overall flow. Like earlier, I showed you a Maybank flow. Now this is like an e-wallet. So we are doing it with one of the e-wallet in Singapore as well. So what can happen? They are also a card issuer or they accept QR code. So in the same manner, the offers can be showcased. And this is again, see, very much. In fact, I think would love to, I think there is a part of a poll as well that how many of you guys like the Instagram experience. Now imagine getting or delivering Instagram kind of experience to your audience via a banking platform. This is what our technology do. So person can see that, wow, this thing is trending. How much is the cashback? How many days are left? They can also see that, okay, once click, the offer is enrolled. They can click on the TNC and they can see all these details, right? And they can see that, okay, who all are eligible and all. Yep. So that's all about it. I think, oh yeah, couple of more stuff. So pretty much cool. In the beginning, you can actually, sorry, Carol, any question?
Good.
Okay.
Question. Rizwan, are you there?
Yes, Carol.
Okay. So you, oh, look at your backdrop. Cool lah. Cantik lah. I'm with Celia. So I was at Celia's office. Anybody has a question, go into the Q&A. And Nick, you have any way for them to keep in touch with you? How do they sign up? How do they, where is the call to action?
The biggest call to action is Carol, right? You already have my details. So in case you want to share it after this, you can. Otherwise also, I'm quite accessible via all the platforms. I can leave my details in the chat as well, right over here. Feel free to text me, ask me any questions, phone number, this stuff. I'm quite always like active on ground to do that. So
Nick, you're
yes.
sending to panelists,
Oh,
so
sorry.
the attendees cannot see.
Oh,
You need to
sorry.
send to
Okay.
attendees.
So I'm sharing my details, name, email ID.
Well done.
And easiest one would be that if you guys are active on LinkedIn as well, so I can connect, I can send you over there. So you can just connect to me. And
Nick is also on DingTalk, right?
after this, I'll be. Yeah. Yeah. So.
All three things easier.
Yes. So I think now everyone can see it.
Let me ask you a question before we go for the Q&A. Is there any fees? So a consumer, let's say like Celia, she has to subscribe to Pulse ID and then she goes to Pulse ID backend web page to enter the offers, right?
In the beginning, the hand-holding is done by the Pulse ID, which is my team. We will do the entire, because see, you may not have the good idea about images, how to do it, wow kind of images, everything, right? Yep. So we guys will do it, right? And even we do not need any integration. So we just need few business details. In fact, let me actually show you how simple it is for you guys to get listed. And I'm super proud of this stuff. All I need from you is your business name, legal name, email, contact number, street, city. That's it. And if you are accepting Visa, your BIN ID or CAD is Visa already maintains it. So we can take it from our system as well, or otherwise you guys can provide. But I'm pretty much, so you see how it is easy. You just need to give your business details and your profile can be clicked.
So Nick, your people will contact them to get this information, right?
Initially, so the step would be anyone who is interested, they can reach out to me or Carol, right? Means of
is there an online form that they can fill up?
Tak ada. Email only there. WhatsApp.
I've emailed or some this stuff, so it would be much more faster, right? Yeah. The form and all that, usually it makes much more sense for you to save the number and WhatsApp me rather than form. After this, you will lose it. You will not remember, realize, and all that. Yep. So no integration. We just need this information and done. In Malaysia, we are launching it sometime by September. So this is not yet launched. Following reasons. Visa announced it in Visa and Pulse ID announced it in February this year. March, we went live with St. George Bank Australia first, because in Australia, COVID situation was very much settled, right? And now in Australia, we are going with 3 more banks. In China, 4 banks. And in China, by the way, the beautiful part is if you want to reach out to the Chinese customers, so which means your offers will be showcased inside the Chinese banking platform apps, right? So person sitting in China, they can actually see your offers, they can claim it, and then they can come to your website if you are an online player and make a transaction, as long as you can deliver the stuff to China, right? If you don't do the cross-border, then doesn't make sense. Yep. And then we are going with Japan and Singapore and Malaysia. Now, Malaysia, because of the lockdown, like because this is a visa product, so timing needs to be right? But we, in the beginning, are going with a soft launch with Merchant Trade, which is an e-wallet. More common, it was among towards the expat and foreign workers and the people who do not have bank account, right? So that's where we are going to go live. And then there are some conversations are in motion. I cannot disclose it right now because that's Visa need to be confirming it. Yep. So that's the reach.
Very good. So it's launching in September, and now you're showcasing to this group of people where there are 64 of them here today, Nick. Okay. I only had 70 Zoom registered only. And 84 people registered in our Eventbrite. So before Rizwan go to the Q&A, Sheila has one question.
Hey.
Okay. Hi, Nick, Celia. I have a couple of brands with me under my company. I'm excited and thanks for sharing with me because I think I know about Pulse ID somewhere last year. So just now I was telling her that, hey, this looks familiar. So I think some of the big brands, in international brands.
By
are
the way,
using
do you have a
right?
hair care brand or what?
Like,
Do you have a hair care?
No, no hair care brand.
Your hair looks
No.
super good.
no, soon. Oh, my color of my hair is it?
She doesn't
Okay,
have
okay.
that.
That's a background or that's an actual office? Serious?
Actual office, my brand is
Wow.
here, my products is here.
That's why I come here.
Okay, so a couple of countries that you mentioned, for example, Singapore, China,
And
Japan. I'm actually quite active on the Japanese community. I just show Carol, I have Japanese, what do you call it? Japanese translated, because I'm, the Malaysian Japanese expats are using my products. So I would love to explore cross-border, and but I would like to know how. And one thing I know about Pulse ID is, am I mistaken? If I'm not mistaken, I think Sephora is using.
No,
right?
so Sephora is not using. So to put it in the right perspective, we are not online like kind of an app or something, right? We are a service, and service is yet to launch over here. So yes, in the past we have had like some other products like geofencing and all, but Sephora was not our client.
Yes.
Our clients are, for example, Visa, Gcash, Alipay, right? Those are our clients in Philippines, Tapcorp in Australia. So mostly from the fintech, gaming, or telco sides, right? Now with Visa, we have launched, we built this product which Visa has white labeled, like our marketplace technology. And yes, after the Visa announcement, some more local platforms like e-wallets, they have come and said that they would also want to white label our technology. Why? Because think about it. Today in the e-wallet, the discovery is missing. Maybe you all accept Boost, right? But where is it showing? It's not showing, right? Maybe your users are coming and transacting on Boost as well via Boost, but do they see that? So let me actually show you that related experience. So we are actually talking to Boost, and I'll show you the experience. How does it look like? I think it's important for you guys to see and
so while we're waiting for
so
Nick,
think about today, you know the Boost platform, how it looks like, right? But now we are actually talking to Boost as well, and see, it will look like your offers because of your recent wellness purchase, right? Like very segmented, and the same experience can be shown, which is a carousel and all that. So it improves your merchant discovery, right? And it can be shown to who all? People who are maybe paying via Boost, have paid in the past at your shop, right? Today, there is no way to showcase your offers to them very precisely. So maybe today they are spending at your place and tomorrow they are spending at your competitor's place, right? But in this case, it can be. So similar kind of experience what you are seeing over here. Yep. And on that note, let me actually make it more engaging, and you guys would be thinking that, is it enough or can it be all? So you guys know about Bonus Link, correct? Now see, in Bonus Link, we are talking to them, and what can happen is, here you can actually get a simple widget, and the moment as a consumer they click on this widget, suddenly the merchant offers are shown, right? And the moment they click on it, it will show like a literally video wow experience.
You're clicking from the website, right?
Yes. So with banks, or to banks, we are connected via Visa, but we are working with the non-Visa partners as well, right? Now I give you one last flow, although this is just a demo, don't end up taking something, but let me just give an example. Like this is kind of sensitive as well, but this is just a demo, just telling you, right? Imagine tomorrow government says that, hey, I want to support local merchants, right? After COVID and all that. Think about if they do it, and this is where we guys actually talk as well. And Carol, if you can do, right? So anyone who has a platform which has millions of audience and they would want to get listed, they have two options. Either they can go and do the door knocking of merchant by merchant, or they can just come to us and in one shot they can take the merchant inventory. I see everyone is like smiling. Oh shit, Master Jatra, how you guys are doing it, right? But this is the scale, like how it can happen. Yep.
Amazing.
So this is a technology which is kind of a new product.
Well, we pray and hope, yeah? Nick, we pray and hope. So that's very good. Okay, Rizwan, I give the floor to you to go out the Q&A.
Thank you.
And just by chance, because maybe individually people ask the question, but let me clear about the costing, right? Because some of the people may just ask, what does it cost? What does it cost? What does it cost?
Yes, naturally. Yes.
So listing yourself on the marketplace is free listing, right? So you can come and list, and you can decide when you want to do campaigns, when you don't want to do it. All of this thing can be done. What our fee, what your cost would be, the cashback amount that need to go to the consumer, right? And our fee, which is initially we are just charging 3.5% of your transaction value, which is way cheaper than what you pay to any other platforms, right? There are Food Pandas, Uber or Grab, which is for the F&B. There are, let's say, Shoppees and Lazadas maybe for product, right? But all of them may be slightly charging higher margins and all that, but they do not provide this personalizations and the segmentations, right? And yes, that's why even we have kept the margins to be super low, so that you see that, okay, hey, you are getting a marketing at a much good cost. Yep. And I see one more question before actually you can actually take over. To be listed on the marketplace, you have to have your own website or own store. It doesn't mean that you having listed on your Shopee store, you can list it over there. No. So, right? Because in Shopee, you can do a seller shop, right? That is not possible. To be listed, you have to be individual e-commerce or online or offline, right? By the way,
Must be brand.com, your
yes,
own portal.
yes. By the way, when we did a pilot test, we did with Shopee and Amazon for Singapore. So kind of Visa is already very close to Shopee. So Shopee may also be one of the merchant. Could be, may not be, but yes. So in case customer comes in, then the Shopee rewards will be given. If you want to give your reward, it needs to be your website or your store in the beginning.
Okay, cool, Nick. All right. Before we go to Q&A, just some message from the sponsors. Join the MDEC Go e-commerce closed FB groups. I put it in the link in the chat. You can actually go there. There's a few avenue for you to get more information on e-commerce. There's the FB groups, there's the TikTok, there's the newsletter, and yeah, that's about it. And then this video will be provided at YouTube at the link, Carol's page, Carol Fo's page. You can actually go there, but please allow Carol some time to edit the video, right? And last but not least, if you want latest information on Belanjawan e-commerce initiative, go to https mdec.my/go e-commerce/Belanjawan 2021. Details are also provided in the chat. Okay, so Nick, are you ready, Nick?
Always.
Let's go to Q&A. All right. Let me go to the first question here. All right, I'm choosing. Okay, can I know if this ecosystem works for B2B or B2O as well, or only B2C?
This makes sense more for B2C, because like when your offers are getting shown on these consumer platforms, right, the target audience, you can relate to it. The likelihood of your B2B customer checking out the mobile banking app and getting to see your offer is kind of low. And I don't see as well, like since we are launching, I think it makes much more sense to target the masses, like consumer platforms, and not the other way around.
Okay, guys, if you could kindly put your question in the Q&A rather than the chat, that would be great, because we need to record all this. All right. Second question. A lot of people ask also how to get on board as merchant, how to subscribe. So basically, Nick has provided his information on the chat. You can actually email him, text him, message him on LinkedIn to get on hold of him, and he will request for some information from you. So that's the only way for you to actually register for POS ID. Correct?
Reach out to me If you want more simplified, I will immediately put it a simple like a Google form. You can fill it as well. Whatever you're comfortable with, let's go with that. Easiest would be reach out and then we can talk.
Yeah. Okay. Does user need to download Pulse ID app before they can spend on bank platform?
So like I said, Pulse ID do not have an app, right? The merchant app will be later on. Initially, the entire heavy lifting, which is your profile creation, your offer creation, is done by Pulse ID. User do not need to download any app. We are not an app. We are a SaaS service, right? We just move the offers via technology.
All right. So basically, they can just click on the offer, and they can say why.
Most likely, they can.
Do they need to register?
No, if you are already registered or you already have your banking telco app, right? Or maybe, so let's say some of you may have your U-Mobile app, right? Or maybe some of you may have your Maxis app. Today, you don't have to download. You see the offers in that.
It's already there.
Yeah, what we do is we provide this standardized, like very intuitive Insta experience, and those users get to see. So as a merchant, you just need to come and get listed to get exposed to all these platforms.
So basically, customer do not need to register in order to purchase. They can just straight away go click at wherever they are, and they can purchase as usual, right?
Correct.
So it's like a marketplace without a marketplace. Basically, you're everywhere. So that's good. The biggest reach that you can go, right? All right. So our website. Another question. So our website need to have payment gateway, not just placing product on Shopee. Yes, right?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. How often and how long will our ads be featured on the carousel?
It's a completely data-driven exercise. So it's not based on that, okay? And so see, it's not only via app, it can be via other digital channels as well. So it's based on the user spending behavior. It can be more for some users or it can be less for some users. It depends, right? So example is, like I said, where, how, and when. And to those profile of people, they are more likely to continue seeing the offers again and again. But let's say if your offer is pretty bad, let's say you do 1% cashback, right? And it's not getting traction. So even algorithm wise, at some point in time, they may stop showing up because the customer is not reacting.
Okay. So can you again repeat about the costing? A lot of people asking about the costing.
Our costing is, our platform costing is just 3.5% of the transaction value. Okay.
Right.
So let's say a customer comes and make a 100 ringgit transaction. The cost to the merchant would be the cashback amount. So let's say you are giving 5 ringgit off on the minimum spend of 80 ringgit. Now customer comes and spend 100 ringgit. So your cost would be 5 ringgit and 3.5% of 100, which is 3.5. So total cost would be 8.5.
Okay. So how does the payment works now? The buyer buys on their on whatever platform that they have.
So there are payment of the user or payment
of the user, and how the merchant will receive their payment.
As usual, how a customer comes and pay to you using a Visa card. Right. So today when you go to Starbucks, what do? You take out your wallet, you take out your Visa card, you transact, you get the payment, nothing changes, correct?
So basically your ads is on their apps, but when they click on the apps, it will send them to your .com portal, right?
Think about it in a simple manner. Let's say, if you have applied for credit card, right? There are some benefits that comes with the credit card, right? That your card is entitled to. So our technology, in a way, you click an offer to a offer on an app, but that offer gets linked to your card. So your card number, whenever that card transacts, the offer, you are eligible for that offer.
Right. And then how do they do the make the payment?
To make the payment,
for the balance.
There is no balance, right? I need to make a complete payment as usual, normal. Usually my, okay, let me actually put it in some different manner. Hang on, just a second. Yeah. Okay. Let's go through this one.
Yeah.
So as a brand, once you are listed on the marketplace, your offers are shown to different distributors who have their own reach, right? They claim the offer. Then those users basically transact as usual using their Visa card. And
At
you
their
get the payment
merchants.
place.
Oh, okay. So it
Right.
goes back to your brand.com shop.
Yes. So let's say
Okay.
starbucks.com or
Yeah.
offline as well. Offline
Okay.
as well, right? Then what do? Whenever this transaction happens, we get alerted by Visa saying that a particular user who has claimed the offer sometime in the past has finally transacted.
Mhm.
And we check whether the transaction is eligible for the cashback or not. So what we do is whenever a merchant has to do a campaign, they deposit a campaign fund, let's say Facebook. So when you want to run an ad on Facebook, you deposit a money, right, on Facebook. Correct. In the
Correct.
same manner, you deposit a money, let's say a small, depending upon your campaign goals. So whenever we need to issue cashback, we reduce it from that particular deposit and transfer it to the customer's account using our functionality, right? So difference is in Facebook and Google, you are paying upfront and you are just paying based on the impressions. There is no guarantee of conversion. Correct. In our case, person is seeing the offer as well for free, but you get you get charged only when they transact, when there is a conversion.
Okay. Kara might need your help here. The question are getting a bit difficult.
Yeah, I'm typing some of it as well. Typing of it.
Okay. If buyers pay to seller directly, your fees will be separated, paid or through Visa.
If buyer paid to seller directly,
Offline payment.
They can pay by cash, they can pay by anything, but they won't get rewarded then. Right? So why would buyer pay by cash?
So they need to pay by Visa
to get cash back in their bank
to get
account.
cashback. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. I think most of them do not understand the concept yet. Or because this is very new, they need to, sleep on it, watch the playback later on, because there's still a lot of questions asking about like this. How will merchant be informed of orders by customer? So
okay,
their email to order address and who handle logistic and tracking and parcel receive. I think what they don't get is that
the journey.
The journey. So
let me try to put it one last time. Let's see. What happened is today, let's say when you are showing Facebook ads, right? A person see a particular ad. Okay. And what do? They see your ad, then they decide that, okay, let me buy this sofa or let me buy this product. I will come to your website or I will come to your shop. I will do my shopping. And then at the point of payment, I will take out my payment, like either e-wallet or maybe card, and I will pay. In the e-wallet, they take out their mobile wallet. In the kind of card payment, they will take out their card. In the kind of cash, they will take out their cash.
Okay, right? Nick, I think I can solve this. Nick, answer this question. When it is featured on the platform, right? What is featured? The product or the promotion?
The store-wide promotion.
The store-wide promotion. So it's not the product. So when they click on the store-wide promotion, they will go back to your portal. So and then they will pay with Visa to get the cashback, and that's how Pulse ID will detect that the transaction happens from the ads that we're showing, and they get their card. Correct? Right. So basically, the advertised item is not a product. It's not the product. It's the campaign that you're doing, the marketing campaign. Whether you're giving 10% off, whether you're giving a certain redeemable punya items, right? All that needs to push it back to your portal. Correct?
When you use your normal credit or debit card at petrol pump, and maybe you are likely to get some cash back. You're not saying that, okay, it's only on the oil, it's not on the air pressure, it's not on the ice cream chocolate purchase, right? It's that on your total amount, what you're paying, you get
Right.
maybe the in the cards, because cards cannot differentiate. Is it a particular product or is it particular
Correct.
store? So in the beauty of this, in this case, it's the merchant store that we, or merchant's brand that we are promoting, not a particular SKU.
Mm.
Right?
You got
So
it,
this,
guys? And the main requirement is that payment needs to be done by Visa
card.
card.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. There are few more questions. I see that. May I know Visa cashback? Is there any fixed cashback? The cashback promotions that you want to do, it depends on you. You want to do 5 ringgit, you want to do 3 ringgit. It depends upon your budget, your campaign goal, your intentions. You want to do it for new users, you want to do it for lapsed users, you want to do percentage off, you want to do ringgit off, you want to do it on Monday only, you want to do it all days only. It's completely customizable.
Nick, I have a question. Just now, when you say there was a 3.5%, 3.5% on it, right? And when they have, when we saw an ad inside one of the app and we click on it and we actually buy, and we use our Visa to pay, the merchant themselves, instead of being charged, let's say 1.8, are you saying that now I'm getting charged 3.5 because this was
no? Your payment remains intact. Your payment does not get touched. Your payment that you are paying to a payment gateway settlement, let's say Bill Place or Razor or IP88 or GHL or Revenue Monster or MPay, it remains same, or Kipple Pay, right? Think about how you are doing it on Facebook. On Facebook, when you run an ads, you deposit a money first, and then based on your ads, your counter goes down, how much you deposit.
Okay.
So in this case, when you do a campaign, you need to deposit a money first. Based on your campaign goal, it can be 1,000 ringgit as well. And if you're after the campaign, the money is not utilized, you can get the refund completely as well.
Okay. My question is,
finish. Oh, so sorry, go on, Nick.
Sorry, go.
Okay. Yeah. So this is how it happens, that up to like how the terms, conditions, targeting, everything is customized, budget is customized, and you can do it, right? The platform controls, if let's say you have set up a budget of 1,000 ringgit only, the platform will not show to 20,000 people so that sale end up happening, because the budget is for 1,000. Okay. How much sale can happen? System will do the calculation, right? So, and from that budget get deducted.
So Nick, if I can summarize this correctly, you're not a marketplace, right?
No.
You're actually a marketing channel to be featured on all these platforms that's attached to Visa, right?
You can, ultimately we are a tech, the entire infrastructure, like it is a marketplace, like Visa marketplace. It is a marketplace, but it is not like app or some new app or some new web portal. This marketplace is basically, remember I showed you just this one, just a second.
Is it a marketplace? I don't think it's a marketplace. I think it's a marketing punya tools. Correct, Kara?
To be marketplace, you can put it like that, in that manner.
Because for marketplace, meaning you need to sell on the platform. So you do not do selling on Pulse ID, right?
Ad manager.
No.
Yes, it's like a ads manager.
Can put it, but not necessary. It's always selling. It's about like subscribing to the survey.
Correct. So it's a marketing apps punya function lah.
It's a marketing tools that allows brand owner to promote their brands to the existing Visa user. And Nick, my question is, after running the campaign, do we have a back-end dashboard that we can look into the data? Because that is the whole intention of partnering with Pulse ID, so that I understand my consumer behavior and all that. So how do we get report?
Okay. So in our case, because everything is related to payments, so the data that you get, it's not about the demographics. So you don't get to know how old Carol is and all that, right? The data you get is that, okay, to prove once the card is utilized, we send this data. And how is it possible that we have this transaction data? Because we are integrated with Visa, right? So you can check it with your payment data that, okay, what was the, like, if I zoom it slightly, That,
Okay.
okay, what was the last 4 digits of card? What was the transaction ID, date, currency, amount, sales channel, merchant name, BIN, CAD. How would I have your BIN or CAD as well, right? For the offline stores or online. Then all this merchant ID, store ID, offer title. So you can actually have this stuff that, yes.
So it's e-payment level of data saja lah,
Yes.
without the buyer.
Usually it's
No buyer detail.
It's very new because usually in the world, you rely on Google Analytics that, okay, where did the traffic come from? What was the profile? You already have Facebook and for that, right? Here you are targeting new labs or on the payment frequency, right? How can I reach out to those people who have never transacted on my portal? How can I do it in a very simplified manner without telling like so many TNCs outside my shop? It's not for them, it's not for them, it's not for them. How can I just communicate something to Carol only and not to, let's say, some other person, right? So how can I do the personalization that I want to show offer only to Carol and not to Rizwan, right?
Right.
And let's say in other marketplace, I'm a guy, but I'm seeing many paddy and waxing deals. Does it make sense? No. It should be, I should be seeing something which I can relate to.
If that's the case, Nick, one question for you. How big of a Visa user in Malaysia?
It is the biggest, even bigger than MasterCard, right? So the Visa user base collectively itself is around over 20 million, 22 million. And in the region,
so 20 million potential customer for you.
But mark my words, it's not just Malaysia. Okay. So I come from Singapore and I'm usually spending full price. But now on my DBS bank also, I may end up seeing your offer because DBS has said, let's say, I want to turn on cross-border offers. So but DBS, no.
But Nick, the merchants, do they have to be ready? They have to be ready for global marketing, for global selling, right? So what if I'm not capable of sending my product to Singapore? Will my ads still features in Singapore?
See, you are right.
They are not my target customer.
You are right. So those offers will not be listed.
Okay.
Right? Those offers will not be shown to those distributors that they are ready to be picked up. Right? But some of your merchants may have offline presence as well. Some of your partners.
Crazy.
So offline.
Visa customer globally. I can go to any country and not thinking of marketing expansion. I can straight away start with
world business.
World business. Wow, cool.
So am I right to say that we can use this as also a brand marketing tools to all the Visa owner, Nick?
Can, but you have to pay me 2% also because we introduce you.
Okay. Rizwan, offline, later.
Nick, somebody is asking, can this does Pulse ID work with clickbait? No, right? Okay.
But if any one of you think that, okay, there is a business opportunity around it, you guys have some great idea, reach out to me that, okay, hey, maybe example, right? So example, I show you one cool stuff, which is, imagine you want to do, and this is what we are building, but let me actually show you. So think about like in Instagram, what we in future we can do is we can give you a link as well. So let's say in this MDEC talk itself, Carol can send out a link, or maybe you are engaging with an influencer and that influencer has like amazing reach. So they can put up a link over here, and the moment the person click on the link, a page opens up. It can be, let's say, individually your merchant page or your or the bank page, and then the person can click on apply now. So this is not limited just to banks. This can be extended to any platform which has like a captive or millions of captive audience.
Wherever they have that allows Visa transaction, right?
In the case of non-Visa, it means in the case of other platforms, it can be non-Visa as well, by the way. So because when you are adding your card, it depends upon us. We can show that, okay, all Visa MasterCards are also accepted, right? All these things happen. Visa has just white labeled our product. They don't own us.
Okay, Nick, what are the banks in Malaysia that works with Pulse ID now?
I cannot disclose it at the moment. Some talks.
Can I say most?
No, some talks are in motion because there's a B&M component also involved into it. Right?
Let's go with general. Most some, one,
This
many.
one cannot lah. Shush.
Cannot.
Tadi dah tunjuk lah. Pay attention.
Big boys, right?
Ah.
Because
The
since it's a issuance of cashback to a person, right? So of
Ah.
course BNM and everyone, they need to be clear as well that what is happening. It should not be like, okay, we are doing anything, we are selling like money laundering and all those things. So you know how Malaysia BNM and everything, like some sort of compliances.
Right.
And once banks and everyone, they are security stuff as well, right? So once those things gets confirmed, then we disclose it. But yes,
Okay.
there are like talks in motion with some e-wallets and some points and some banks.
So far, that's the only information that you're going to get.
But
From
I can
Pulse
tell you, if I start disclosing the names, right, and I say that I have this
No.
bank, right, I may be charging 7%, not 3.5%, because if I have so much of reach.
One question, Nick. Since you are partnering with Visa, does Visa also extend to the B2C, to the customer, buy now, pay later, maybe
Could-
installment plan, 0 interest rate?
Could be Visa already have their other services, but how I look at it, let's say buy now, pay later platforms, let's say Atom, Hula, right? Today they are dealing with just expensive items. For example, you won't do buy now, pay later for Starbucks, right? You won't do buy now, pay later
No.
for a normal shampoo, right? You will do it for furniture or something. But let's say buy now, pay later platform says, I want to create one more channel. I want to showcase those offers as well where user would like instant reward rather than installment. So you pay installment, you don't get reward, but you get benefit. You pay, you want benefit, you take this offer. So they can do it, right? Because they are also going to have millions of users.
Nick, the 3.5% is based on the
Transaction value.
transaction value, but we don't sell your Pulse ID do not promote a product, right? You're promoting a campaign. So 3.5% out of the campaign, or like what?
Of the transaction value, if the person has claimed one time, he is entitled for, let's say, offer on his next transaction. So whatever amount is of that next transaction, he is getting incentivized on that.
So if the cashback is 5 ringgit, so Pulse ID is going to get 3.5 from the 5 ringgit cashback?
No, of the transaction value, you are spending 100 ringgit,
Transaction
right?
value.
Not on the cashback reward value.
Okay.
Because imagine you give 100% cashback, right? Or maybe you give 0%. So we don't earn from this.
So meaning if I get 5 ringgit off based on 100 ringgit transaction, you are taking 3.5% from the 100 ringgit.
Correct. Because we brought that 100 ringgit sale to you, right? We showcased your ad somewhere. We triggered that customer that, okay, there is an offer. This customer decided to do it. Then this customer came to the shop and maybe he transacted 200 ringgit or 500 ringgit. But it all happened because like you yourself said, right? We are not a marketplace, we are a marketing, right? So in a right way, we marketed your brand on this.
Right. Okay, clear. Okay, Karen's helping me. Sorry, I'm still new to this. Not like Karen seafood already.
So go to the first one first. Hi. It says here, my store is, let's say my Shopee store is linked to Pulse ID. As a merchant, will I be charged twice?
How can his store be linked to Pulse ID when it's on Shopee? Because Nick just mentioned that you cannot, right?
In simple words, we work with payment schemes. Like Visa is a payment scheme, Boost is a payment scheme. I don't know when the customer went, did they buy this or that or what, right?
Yeah.
Like offline store, when you go, you don't know what did they do. Same case, online store, when you go, I don't know what did I do.
So your campaign should link back to your brand.com and not to Shopee or Lazada and so on.
To be very clear, don't use your brand. Your brand will feel like pulseid.com.
Okay.
It's merchantbrand.com.
Merchantbrand.com website. Okay. Your own website. All right. Is there tadi ada satu soalan dah jawab. Okay. All right. Done. Okay. what happens if one brand is sold by many shops? For example, ESH sells Samsung TV, but shop ABC is also sells Samsung TV. Then if a promo targets customer who buy electronic, then the user will see ESH and ABC promo. With the promo,
the offers are always like Body Shop, TBM, Thunder Match, right? Or
no,
Apple.
I mean what he's trying to get is like this. If let's say Carol and me get into Pulse ID, we are both selling the same thing. Will the same user get both of our promotion, or the system will select one?
Sorry, who is Carol and other person?
Carol and me is the one that subscribed to you. Okay. Ahmad is buying, is getting that promotion. Will Post ID show both of our ads or only selected? Because we are the same product. Let's say me and Carol. So what they want to know is, does your system macam mana Carol? Dia macam
you confuse people lah. Let me do it lah here.
Okay.
Nick, I'm selling Samsung, and Rizwan will be selling Samsung.
You both are separate stores, right?
Both separate stores.
So we do our own Pulse ID promotion, for example. And how does Pulse ID pick this promo that is selling the same Samsung items to be pushed out to
we
the
are not
users?
selling the items, we are selling the stores, we are selling the brands, right? So let's say we are selling, either it could be like say Starbucks, right? Or if it is, let's say Morgan Fields in Old Klang Valley and Morgan Fields in this, so Sunway Pyramid, so it's Morgan Fields Old Klang Valley promotion maybe, or it will be all store, right? If your store names are different, right? So it will be on the store name. It doesn't matter whether you are selling the same product in both the stores.
Meaning, will you be showing both of our ads to the same customer?
The same customer in the past bought on both the stores or only on a particular store?
On both the stores.
So maybe could be the possibility could be that both the stores can be shown. So let's say example, I buy from Pizza Hut as well, I buy from Domino's as well. I buy pizza from both the stuff. The system would know this guy transacts from both of these, and I think he's also like this merchant category lover. So let me show you all the related offers as well, because he might be interested, right? But there is also a possibility that they may show me the offers which are nearby to me, right? So maybe I bought it from, one is in Old Klang and one is from Setia Alam, and this time I went in Setia Alam. More likely I may get to see Setia Alam, that pizza store offers, rather than Old Klang, because it's too far away.
Interesting. I think it's a very new concept by majority of us, and some of, like me and Rizwan, it could be a very new platform.
Yeah, at least this is the first kind that we promoted.
Celia understood what is it all about.
Celia, I'm right? It's a marketing campaign.
It's a marketing platform where you can push your brand's awareness and conversion. So it is more like a campaign marketing and advertising platform that allows you to create more awareness, to go to market, GTM, and then something like quite similar to Faith, but Faith has transaction. But how can we run campaigns and all that is quite challenging, you see. So we need to understand, and I think this is a good one, is because you have the opportunity to go cross-border seriously. And I think I totally can understand.
Jeffrey is saying it's more like
from the look of it, right?
Yes, from the look of it.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Bonus Link. Bonus Link is a point redemption platform. So if the merchant's promo is 20% off, then how does my shop pay Pulse ID, since buyer is using their points and not cash?
No, Bonus Link also issues a private label Visa card.
Private label Visa card, they have.
Yeah, Bonus Link also issues a Visa card, right? A card.
But if they use
no. I mean the promo is 20% off. Right?
I think for now, because it's a new one, so let's not confuse the people with the point system and all. Yeah. Initially, their interest would be, hey, initially their interest should be that how can I increase my reach to the banking or
Yeah.
e-wallet audience, right?
Correct.
Points and all that, once they see the results are coming, they understand
Yes,
it.
yes.
The only difference would be when the user transacts in banks or e-wallets, I get the cash reward. In the case of points platform, I may get, let's say, cash equivalent point rewards. So let's say instead of 5 ringgit, I may get 500 bonus link points. So the conversion will be like that, like how it happens in AirAsia, right? When I transact, I get big points.
Okay, I think people are getting more understand. They understand more the product now.
Yeah.
Okay, one question. See, they already start to understand. Question is from Ganesh Manokara. What if I'm selling ice cream and clothing? How do I promote two different categories of product? Basically,
you
they need to do
selling-
two different campaigns, right?
Are you selling it in the same store?
Yes, same store.
It's the store that gets promoted. It's not SKU.
Right. So
Right.
they can do two types of marketing, right? Two types of campaign, right?
They can do two type of campaigns based on the new loyal and all, not on the product. You can have some images, you can have some nice food images and all that, but it's the customer who comes and he transacts overall at the store. It's not particularly, it's not fave where it's like, oh, you can buy a teriyaki sandwich only, or you can buy a juice only, right? Or you can buy a waffle only. It's based on if you come to my store and if you spend this much, I give you this much of cashback. Yes,
so
at
basically,
my store,
so basically one campaign can be for multiple product, whatever that you have, right?
it is
Because it links back to my brand, right?
It is
as in the merchant's punya store-wide. Yes, that's the word, store-wide.
Right? Like when you come to Shopee, you may be selling many things, right? But ultimately what? You are paying on Shopee. So today when you do a Shopee cashback promotion, what happens? Usually could be, right? Or maybe a new platform. I go and actually for a first time user that, okay, I get a Shopee cashback offer.
So Ganesh continues to ask, which means I can promote different types of product. The promotion is done at store-wide level. Therefore, doesn't matter what you sell.
Last two question.
Correct me. The charges due to Pulse ID is prepaid based on campaign. Correct? Payment to Pulse ID is on prepaid basis.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Correct. Yes.
Because post funding basis is very complicated for a few reasons. Think about the merchant, like post funding. Customer comes and transact, and let's say I tell to the customer that I will give you cashback after 60 days. Customer would be like, listen, I don't want. 60 days is too much. Because why 60 days? I can only pay them when you pay me. Instead of that, it is like how Facebook or everything happens, that you decide how much worth of, what is your campaign goal. So you say my campaign goal is 100 people. My campaign goal is 100 people. How much you want to reward? I want to reward 5 ringgit per person. What is the transaction value you want to achieve? My usual transaction value is 30 ringgit, but I want to achieve 50 ringgit. So I will tell, let's do an offer. Let's say 5 ringgit off on the minimum spend of 40 ringgit, right? So how many people you want to reach? 100. So 5 ringgit into 100, 500. Then I can do my calculation as well that, okay, put some buffer because my margin is also there. That's how.
So basically, you are in control of what you are marketing. That's the good part about prepaid. Postpaid is, if you do prepaid, postpaid, you will get shocked with the bill. click.
Post funding is not possible because I cannot be kachawing you on daily basis that hey, I need to pay and all that invoicing and everything. It's not flexible, right? It can be only for somewhere where delivery return is there, or maybe Zaloras and all that. That is okay because you like securing $100,000 could be quite high. So they say, listen, first you sell, then you let me know. I'll do it, right? But in the case of community that we are in, I think we are simple people, right? So let's have simple process.
Okay. I think we're almost to the end. One more question. Last two questions. I hope this is the last two questions. Okay. One brand may have many distributors, i.e. different shop name. So Pulse will choose which shop to or distributor promo based on location of shop?
To promote or to list?
To
get listed, it's merchant's choice. Merchants will give the store details and that, okay, I want all these stores to be listed, right?
Right. So you
To
use that.
Yeah. I remember I showed you the file, bulk upload, the merchant, like, okay, I need your
Right.
details and I can do it. So if you have 100 stores, I will have to list 100 stores, right? And each of your store,
To promote.
okay, put it in this manner. Do you share your payment terminal across other stores? Let's say your one store is in Kuchai Lama and another store is in Mid Valley. Do you use one payment gateway in both the stores? No, right? You will have different terminals.
Different terminals.
Each terminal has an ID. We know which terminal is placed where, right? So your all stores can be listed or some stores can be listed. What gets shown is completely based on the user spending behavior and the purchase history. Purchase history, I know how frequently, when, and how. Spending behavior, I know you are pizza lover. I know you are cosmetic beauty product lover. I know you want to go for haircut every once in a month, right? So I will show you similar kind of offers. So personalization, let's not complicate. Let's not think about that. Okay, how is it and all that? But personalization, everyone says we will do personalization, but no one manages to do it. We manage to do it because of the data.
Okay. So that's about it, I think.
Carol, my email ID you have given wrong. It's nikhil@pulseid.com. Spelling error. Feel free to email me. That's better. Yeah, to do that.
Yeah. So, okay, great. Carol, your closing.
Thanks, everybody. It was a new experience for me and Rizwan because majority of us, we know about marketplace and all. So when it comes to marketing tools, that was totally new, a chapter, new territory for us. Thank you for the participants.
I just want to leave the passing remark. You know what? 2007-8, last time when the financial crisis happened, then a lot of new companies came up and all that. 10 years back, we had no idea what WhatsApp is, what Instagram is, what Waze is, and all that, right?
Yep.
Right? Now, whatever we have been doing or something in the past may be redundant and new things will come up. And this is what a good job that you all are doing, that you are coming on and to know about that, what all new things are happening. And Carol and MDEC is actually inviting people that, hey, let us know what you guys are doing. Maybe if there is a marriage that can take place, then it's very good. And I can tell you one more thing. This same situation, this lockdown, COVID, or maybe some scenario will again happen in 5 or 10 years. Because 10 years back also, I said when I was I did my master's, I got my master result the day Lehman Brothers was bankrupt. So 12 September 2008. That day, Lehman Brothers, that 15 September was the Lehman Brothers bankruptcy and financial crisis came. And I promised myself that I'll be prepared if this kind of situation happens once again. And this has happened in 10 years. So let's be prepared that if all this thing happens once again in next 5 to 10 years, we are not just figuring out how to do what to do. We stay informed, we stay educated, we reach out to the right people and we make smart call. Don't think that everything will be around just few big names like GrabFood or Food Pandas or whatnot. They are a good one, right? But yes, there's a cost. And someone else will come in and say that, okay, I can give you a better thing at a better cost and something new. Want to talk to me? Talk to them. Okay. And reach out to your more friends or something where you see that, okay, not related to you, but it can help your friends as well. Then it's good. From 70 people, we may be reaching out, but I can promise you, because it's a Visa name is also attached to it. Down the line, like how people understand, like, you know what, like a touch and go card, and now suddenly their wallet has come in. So people now understand that, okay, this is happening. Cellcom launched Boost e-wallet. So people now understand about it. So down the line, people will understand what is happening. It's just about you are the first mover who may get to it and who may get to join. And later you join, you are late mover. Can't help.
So that's good. Before you even launching the launching in September, right, Nick? Thank you so much for for reaching out to us in MDEC and to showcase this and also to demo a little bit here and there. So I would very appreciative for Nick Hill, Nick and your team to engage some of the people that's going to be messaging you and to help them to understand more and to also onboard them. With this, we've already in our 80 minutes of our time. Next week, we have another Go E-commerce Pocket Talk series same time, and I won't be around because of the Malaysia Tech Month. A lot of Malaysia Tech Month is happening right now for 1 month, and I was asked to be involved Friday next week, a panelist talk, and I asked Rizwan to take care of this, and this is going for UK halal market. UK, okay, especially those who wants to push your halal products in terms of cosmetics, in terms of your food, also can go there. In terms of your fashion, can be halal as well. So we're working together with halalstreet.co.uk, one of the e-trade partner as well that you can engage. He will be bringing. He already flew yesterday. Simon already flew back to UK because he has a PR, so he has to go back and renew his PR and all. And Simon will. I hope that Simon during this time, of course, he's awake already right now. He will be presenting how big is UK halal UK at the moment. And with this, you all got the number and everything, yeah. Thank you, Ganesh. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the questions that you may think that it sounds stupid to us. But if you don't ask, Nick won't answer. We always say that, yeah? Because we always encourage people who ask stupid questions. You are daring enough to ask that with us. And that's why we go through the Q&A easily.
It's okay.
Yeah,
You
okay.
didn't. It does not look like you're asking. It looks like us asking. So if it's questions, we are the one that asked the stupid question.
Well, me and Rizwan felt stupid as well if we were to helping Nick to answer some of the question in typing as well. So if me, Nick, and Rizwan step onto your toes, or we answered incorrectly, or we have presented wrongly with Nick, please apologize. Yeah, so we don't mean that.
Right.
Because
But we don't care, no. Do keep the question coming. Better to ask rather than not understanding.
And trust me, we take it as a feedback because
Yeah.
we are also evolving, right? So your questions are feedback that maybe something you say that, hey, do it something like this for Malaysia because we can more relate to it, right? Or do it something like that. Or maybe one of your side can help out on some stuff, right, as well. So again, very last, I think some people already reached out via LinkedIn. If you guys want to do it, feel free to do it. So that, and you will stay updated on the things that we guys are doing, and you can reach out again as and when you are more educated.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Put a thumbs up if you think my backdrop is cool.
Yes.
I've got some people. I've got some people as well.
I love that backdrop, Rizwan. I love it. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you next week. And please go to the Malaysia Tech Month and have a look at all our panel speakers. Very good panel speakers. Thank you again, Nick.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you all. Thank you, guys.